this forest nirvana that I'm in now? Just a half a mile this way is sage desert. This is at the confluence of two forks, north and south of a big creek. Just down here. We've got one fork going this way and another fork going up this way. This is in the Lemhi mountain range in Challis National Forest. And that's the introduction to this big creek loop hike, which I hope I can complete. One trail goes up one fork, loops back around through the mountains with side loops and side trails, and comes back down. It's kind of a gambit of which way to start first. This fork trail is prohibited for motorcycle use. However, the other trail going up is allowed for motorcycle use, which of course will be easier to follow. I'm going to have to do some thinking about it. And right over here is going to be my zone, my camp spot, my slumber party tonight. And this trip we're hoping to spend 7 days back there. It's rather ambitious. The loop length is like 35 miles, maybe 33 miles. However, this will be the first night, an easy one. Yeah, nice warm up here, working the pack. It was chilly this morning, mid to upper 40s probably, and we had some visitors. The bunny rabbit was down there this morning, and then you look again and I see this young buck deer was down there checking me out, and I was checking him out. Okay, so there was a misconception about the South Fork Trail. It doesn't come in right here. It actually comes in over this rise here. So the beginning or the ending of that trail is out of this canyon, past a gate and along a fence line. I saw the 2-track going up there, and I wondered why that was there. It looks like it went to nothing. So apparently that's where that trail starts or ends. So now my plan is to move the bike out of the canyon, park it up near that location. It's July 3rd. I have escaped pyromania. Yeah. Much more comfortable having the motorcycle out here. The trail head is up here for the South Fork Trail. Apparently goes over and goes up the Creek Canyon eventually there. This is the North Fork where I'm going to hike up. Here's some views of the mountains, and we see the clouds already hugging to these peaks. Across the way, the Lost River Range. I was over there last week. Nice. Look at that crossing without a bridge. Nasty. You know, over knee deep in here with big boulders to slip on. Tricky. So here I saw this oddball collection of metal, and then here stovepipe, and here is a cabin that has collapsed a long time ago. I'll bet it was pretty cool at one point. Here's the next crossing without a footbridge. It's a good time to take a breather. Here's one that looks a whole lot easier. There's a log cut indicating where people should cross on foot. Here's a log cut here too. I'd hate to fall. I think this is a no-brainer though. Yeah, this worked out. The one on the left was wobbly. It just didn't feel right. And the large one, you've got the other branch kind of in the way. I don't know why it's there. What I think is, oh, someone had set it up as a handrail and it fell over. Yeah, just after the crossing, a beautiful meadow. Looks like recently visited, and this is all damped down. So this is my resting point right here. What a fabulous place, man. Here's the second kind of grassy open area. I'm looking for something like this for camp, except I want to push a couple more miles up the canyon. Starting to see some of the higher peaks back there. Got some nice big trees here. It's good to see. Another grassy meadow. I might choose this. And same with the last one. Near that grassy meadow, I see a big hoof print. And they've been far and few between. This is the print here. And another one here. These are fresh. Probably moose. Yeah, oh yeah, that's a big one here. Another big one, real fresh. Alright. Some nice big trees back there. And an established camp here. Close to the water's down here. Yeah, just down here. Well, I'm gonna just stop here for a bit, check out the map. Well, this is the second established campsite in a nice open meadow down here. The creek is over here. I set up over here to kind of take a siesta. So I was trying to rest here, and there's this very large tree right here, cradled in a mass of trees up here, and it started squeaking and, you know, making loud noises with strong wind. And then at one point I heard it was kicked up in the air and then dropped back down. Clunk, clunk, clunk. This is not where I want to be right now or tonight. This is gonna keep making noise, and it could just fall, and if it fell, I don't know where it would go, but there's a huge conflagration of sticks that someone had put up, large branches, and it I don't know, it looked like they were trying to make a shelter, but I thought it would be great for me to use if I had to escape from, you know, an animal coming after me. It's okay, I'm gonna give this up. I'm gonna give this place up and relocate into some of the larger trees back there. Alright, this is more my speed. Got a somewhat defensible barrier here for large four-legged animals. This is also a bedding zone for elk. And this one, I don't know if that's elk or not. Large, almost like horse poop turds, but not quite as big. I haven't seen those before. So I'm going to have to be extra careful with ticks. Check my clothes, check the bag. You know, most likely the tick won't be able to get up here, but I'm just constantly checking for ticks. I also wanted to say that I hiked about 5 miles, and that's gonna be my quota, give or take, each day, just to kind of stretch it out and absorb it. Sucks. I came over here and I saw a tick on my bag, a little guy, and I was gonna film it, and then, oh, here he is right here. Little tiny guy right there. This is time to kill the tick. Here it is the next morning. Refreshingly cool, almost cold. Right now my thermometer says 50 degrees. Couple things that seeing that tick on my pack really set me back, and just made me realize to be thorough, checking everything. What I did was I thoroughly checked every surface of every item accessible to a possible tick in the tent. So what I have is like a safe zone in here, and I'm continually looking around the edge of the door and on the screen tent body. I think that when I set the bag down here to go get my tent, it got on the bag. Probably smelling the sweat. Alright, so the next thing I do before I leave now is thoroughly check the inside of the pack, which I make sure to keep the zippers closed, and every little bit of the outside of the pack, and make sure there's no tick on that pack, because that's how it'll get on to my things and me. And then, you know, that's going to be a routine. I'll check the things on the outside of the pack and my top to bottom clothing before I make another safe zone in the tent for tonight. And that's what I'll have to do. No real animal sightings here. There were a couple animal noises, like branch breaking, early evening. Well, I'm hoping this is Park Creek and that there's a trail intersection on the other side. It's a fairly large amount of water. Yeah, here's a good sign that intersection was just a little bit further, and this one follows North Fork up to Devil's Basin. This one up to Park Fork and Yellow Lake. I've got two options. I'm gonna make it the shorter, easier option. This one supposedly loops around the top for maybe another 10 miles, but I'm more sure that this one gets used more. Climbing up real fast, I like it. Seeing some distant views. This one, it's gonna level out, and there's a wide swath of creek canyon, hopefully with some open spots for a good camp. Park Creek here, Park Creek Trail, easy to follow, just like that lower trail, quite easy to follow. Alright, so this is most likely the drainage from Park Lake. I thought of setting camp near here to possibly explore the lake, follow this up to the lake. Another creek coming down with lots of standing water back here and mosquitoes. I'm gonna push on. Maybe something drier up ahead. Lots of nice places and lots of standing water. And the creek is over here now with standing water, draining water in between. I'm gonna go around this way, I guess. The trail goes up this way. And honestly, I think it's just going to be more of these wet areas, and the creek's just going to go to a big wet area. Crap. Literally. I didn't want to see this. Bear crap. less than a day old. Be on guard. My camp is going to be down here now. Coming down for water. All of this has been turned over by the bear. By the bear! Yeah, damn. Want to let him know I'm here. I hope he's had enough of this for a while, because my tent's right up there. Okay, this is my second night's placement. Just past the drainage from Park Lake. You can see there's a cornice up there. Tucked back in there is Park Lake. I'm not going to go back there. I'm just going to stay and kind of guard my camp. Just over in these trees is where I found the bear droppings, fresh from today or yesterday. Last night, most likely. So I'm just, right now, this is the only defensible thing about this tent location is that I can see a great long distance this way. So I can see if anything is going to be a threat or is a threat. In the way of, defensive trees and branches, not really. Anything could come up this way, and I thought about putting branches across, a couple branches, maybe if I find them. First off, I hung my knee braces and my shoulder brace from these branches, kind of spread out the backpack as well to kind of make movement, like with the breeze, so that anything will, it'll catch their attention and they'll see me over here and, maybe avoid me. The other thing with these hanging items is it's going to put out a scent of my sweat. The wind's been blowing both ways. That's great. And let's just hope I don't see anything or encounter anything. The other thing that's a priority right now is to wash my underwear and my socks. I think I'll wash these pants. They're a bit thick. Just down here, I can wash the clothes with the view of the tent. On my person, both the horn and the pepper spray. We'll give these water shoes a shot here now. Okay, and it's 3 o'clock by my camera's time. I've washed my clothing, pants, underwear, socks. There's a hanky I washed. I cleaned my body well enough and my feet. Rocking these water shoes down to the creek. I guess they're all right. And I packed them just for this. Yeah, I put some sticks back here, long branches. I found those over here. Okay, so, something comes through here big, it's going to have to make a noise. If I'm sleeping, I would appreciate that. Out front here, the only defense I have is my rain fly. And my sense of light sleeping if I hear some breathing. Alright, I am famished, I'm thirsty, dehydrated, and tired. It was probably, again, 4 to 5 miles with a climb this time. Yesterday's hike was real gentle, but for some reason, maybe it's the pack weight, I'm just slow motion. Nice day here, real peaceful. Clothes are drying nice. I was thinking to myself, well, I better find out what mountain that is. And that is Yellow Mountain. And the fact is, I'm going to hike up this canyon, cut through the saddle, and then the trail comes along the side of this mountain and goes up the draw back here. Yellow Mountain, 10,963 feet, give or take. So that's nearly 11,000 feet high. And I'm thinking I can see the top. Whew. Chilly night last night. 35 degrees in the tent. Frost on the rain fly. Had to wear my rain jacket and my hiking pants over my long johns. But this warm up is nice. Man, I'm having some issues with my body. I felt it even the second morning after camp. But I am just lightheaded, slight headache. My legs are just achy. This feels exactly like I felt before I got feverish in the mountains from removing the tick from my back. I'm really thinking of bailing back out. It's a sad fact, but you know, if you are not, you know, at least 90%, I wouldn't go backpacking. And right now I feel like I'm 70%. I don't know, guys. I'm gonna have to think about this. This is it's serious for me. Well, I don't think I'm gonna call the trip yet. It's close to that tipping point, but I don't feel comfortable enough continuing the loop as I feel right now. I'm less than a third into it. What I'm gonna do is go up to the lake with my gear. It looks like an easy climb up this way, and then I'll switch back over, meet the creek draining from it, and probably set up camp up there and just relax. Almost up here now. A bit steeper than anticipated, and my camp was just down here. And we've got a lot of beetle pine bark infestation. Sad but true. And then also there was a fire came through at some point. You know, luckily it didn't burn everything. It was just like a select few trees here and there. I might get the camera out. On the very top of that snow is a hump. An off-white hump. That's a mountain goat up there. Real nice. Well, I passed the lake a bit higher. Above it, I hear water coming down here. My guess is another one up here. Yeah, a little bit of water back here. Kind of feels like no man's land. And this is what's draining down this way. Here it is back here. This upper tarn in the cirque. This is where I saw the mountain goat up here. Got some nice views across the valley. And I'm just gonna head down towards the lake and the creek and look for a nice spot. It's real breezy right here, which is nice because there's no bugs. But I'm thinking down by the lake there will be mosquitoes. It's been a very mild mosquito trip. Alright, I'm feeling a little better, but I'm thinking I'm going to start going back out tomorrow. Well, looks like I cliffed out here. Ain't going this way. Don't look like much fun. We got one drainage going down that way, and the others looks dry. No, I see it down here. And we got little fish popping up out there. That's kind of cool. Okay, I've walked around the lake. There's a couple of old camp spots over there. Not really as shaded as this area, but there aren't any flat spots. It's a little thick in here. I guess that's how it is. Well, this was a nice foray back here, but not exactly where I want to put a tent. What I think is I'm just going to go back down and set up where I was, mostly because my odors and presence has already been known there. Right back here, just in time for the shade. It's okay. It's a good comfort zone, as I've already spent a night here. The mosquitoes are a little stronger right now. That's okay. Yeah, here I am again, feeling markedly worse. I went down to get another liter of water. I was badly dehydrated this morning when I woke up. I didn't get up to urinate last night once. But thinking about it, this little venture up here, you know, if it was the last thing that I saw in my memory of life, it would be unbeatable. Good morning. It's the 5th day of the adventure, 4th day in the Lemhi mountain range. Well rested, motivated, and it's time to go out. Even though mentally I'm feeling good right now, I don't want to chance being sick out here because I don't know what's going on. We're just gonna hike back, and it's 9 miles. I don't know if I'll feel like doing the whole 9 miles. Halfway, like where I camped the first night, I'll assess where I'm at, and at the 7-mile mark is that nice camp spot after the second crossing, which I'll stay there if I don't feel like hiking the rest of the way out. And that's the plan. Yeah, time to say bye now. This awesome spot. Here I had 2 evenings just watching the sunset on Yellow Peak here, and the colors seemed somewhat yellow with the sunset. Really nice. Kind of sad to leave now, and part of my routine is to thank the tree, bless the tree for a long, happy life here. Longer than mine, I hope. All right, coming back through the Half Point Meadow. Real quickly did I get here. I might look for a place to take a break. Yeah. I'm gonna put these on for this crossing. These socks here are starting to give me a hassle. I'm hoping that a little cool down on the feet will help things out. I'm at roughly 2.5 miles from the trailhead, and I'm just gonna keep on going. Might be slippery, I don't know. Ooh, that feels good. Oh man. Yeah, that feels good. Go. What was that? Bit of a current, and those rocks are a little slippery. Oh man, that's good. Oh, thank you. That Smells so good. Yeah, I'm back. 9 miles hiked back down. I really needed to push for that, just for my stamina. See if I can make it happen. Alright, so I want this spot tonight. I'm gonna go get the motorcycle.